Good afternoon, this is Sheena with the Good Witch, and we're going to do a general pick a card reading today. I want you to look at all three decks. There's three decks. I don't want you to pick a number from 1 to 3. I want you to see what resonates with you, whether you resonate with the feather, the flower, or the stone. Pause and listen to yourself for a minute. Listen to your inner voice. And while you're listening to your inner voice, remember to like, share, and subscribe to this page. Leave a comment in the comment section. The advertising part is difficult for me to remember to do, but I'm trying to remember to incorporate that into all of my videos. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, I want you to see what resonates with you, whether it be the flower, the feather, or the stone. The stone, the flower, or the feather. And we're going to do a reading according to each one of those things. Take a moment. Okay, so hopefully you took a moment. I'm not into all the editing yet, so just take a moment and listen. If you resonated with the flower, if you notice and you look at this flower, it's not alive, it's a dried flower. I have a whole wall of dried flowers in my office. There's a bigger wall of dried flowers in my living room. They still smell pretty. But once you cut them, they're not living anymore anyway. They just look like they're living when they're not. And I want you to think about that. Once you cut a flower, the difference between this rose and a bright, fresh yellow rose in a vase, they're both dead. They're both fragrant. One just looks better than the other. So what we got for the flower is the Lovers, an 8 or the infinity sign next to a casket with some fairies from our Fairy Oracle deck, and Teach from our Tarot Psychic Heart deck. So what I see and what I sense for you, those of you who resonated with the flower, it's okay if you resonated with more than one, by the way. But if the flower was really calling to you, it seems that right now your focus in this new moon energy is on love. You were trying to manifest something to do with love in your love life. There's a situation that you thought would last forever that is deceased, and you're trying to bring it back. You're trying to make that 8 go to a 9, go to a 10, but the casket's closed. You're trying to teach someone how to love you. I didn't even notice it, but she's holding a rose that's cut off. It looks pretty, but it's not gonna grow because it's dead. The most you can do is hang it upside down, dry it out. It's a memory. But I do see the people that she's teaching, the men and women that she's teaching, being extremely attentive. So there is hope in this situation. Someone is willing to learn to love you the way that you want to be loved. They are willing to learn. There's fairies at this casket. There's a blanket over the casket, like it's not completely dead. Someone's just asleep in there. There's fairy magic waiting to happen. They want to rise again. The person that you're wanting wants you too. But they're not going to act like it. They're not going to show it right now. Is there anything? The person that you want wants you too, my roses. There's some fairy magic happening for you. They see you in a Princess of Wands energy. And you see them as the Hierophant. They see you as this free-spirited person, this untamable person that they want to tame, but they can't. But you see them as godly. You see them as religious. They're just the bee's knees. And yes, I said bee's knees. You see them as the bee's knees. You see them as the holy grail. Like, this is what you want. This is the person that you desire wholeheartedly. And they see you as something fun to do, something that they love, that they like having around, but they're not seeing that queen goddess energy in you. And you're trying to teach them how to see that in you, or how to love you for the fairy goddess that you are. You don't have to be a queen on the throne. You can remain a free-spirited fairy goddess or god, and they will have to learn to love that, and you're trying to teach them to do that. I feel like it's draining for you. I do feel like it's draining, but you can definitely do it. We'll elaborate on these in another reading because YouTube only gives me a certain amount of time because I'm such a new channel. If you resonated with the stone, this is a jasper. This is it's not a polished stone or anything like that. This is a natural jasper that guides intuitiveness, intuition. You know more than you think you know. My rocks. It's not exactly a rock. And the rock, the jasper, has the Strength card, the 9 of Wands. You have a 6, and you see the mountains. You see him looking out upon the mountains, looking at a 3-leaf clover, not a 4. And you have the move card from your heart psychic tarot deck, which is, if you look at this card, it's a hand holding up another hand, trying to help someone else be strong, trying to hold things together. I see that you're going to accomplish more than you thought you were. I see that you thought you were afraid. It's not that you thought you weren't going to succeed. You were afraid to succeed. I see you finding strength within yourself. You're going to have to be strong for somebody else. You're being so strong for somebody else that you're forgetting to act on your own desires. You're being so virtuous and so giving of your time and energy to others that is interfering with your wealth. And I look at cards while I shuffle because it tells me a story. If you go into hermit mode and you start focusing more on your inner self, you'll receive the luxuries that you desire, that you deserve. I won't even say deserve, that you're afraid of. Who's to decide who's deserving and who's not, truly? But you want this luxury. You can get it. You know how to get it. You know what changes you need to make. Only thing that's keeping you from gaining and fulfilling your wishes is not looking at your coins and looking out for other people, trying to be so virtuous, worrying about other people, but you see it. You see it. You're doing it because you love these people or this person, and you're focusing more on them and their well-being than you are on your own. But you're intuitive to know, you're intuitive enough to know that the only thing holding you back is you. You're using them as a scapegoat and you need to stop it. You're using this person, you're focusing all this energy on this person that I don't even feel like is asking you to do this. You're going above and beyond for someone else who's not asking you to do it in order for you not to fulfill your true destiny and do what you need to do with your life, and you need to get your shit together and stop. And you knew that before I said it. You just needed confirmation if that was for you. If you were one of those that resonated heavily with the rock. Now, moving right along to my feathers. For those of you who resonated with the feather, I resonate with the feather. I love the feather. You got the star card, wish fulfillment. You got the 2 in my fairy deck. You got success and growth in our psychic tarot for the heart deck. I heard waiting to exhale. I think it was Whitney Houston that said she's on that dream trip, focusing on that dream life. You're living out your dreams or attempting to. Focusing on your numero uno, focusing on you, knowing who you are. Okay, I'm taking myself out of it at this point because this person is, you're wanting more. You're wanting things to go fast. You're wanting love. You're wanting change. You're wanting your third eye to be open. You're seeing death to certain situations. You're cutting people off because you're focused on you and your success and growth. You're focused on your lust. You're not worried about nothing. You're over the sorrow and you see the sun coming and you're in love with being you. And in this new moon energy, you are judging the people around you and deciding who to cut off and who to keep. Okay, that might be my energy and I just don't know it yet because we are still in this full moon energy for another day or two. Speaking of that, I'll be doing a full moon ritual for you guys tonight. But for my feathers, it looks like you're living your best life, cutting people off, not worrying about anything, cutting off, not thinking about it. You're actually doing it, preparing for your success and your growth. And I don't read these before I do this, but if you resonated with success and growth, or moving on with your life and moving on to complete those things that you need to do, having the strength to do so, or teaching someone to love you the way that you want to be loved, please like, share, subscribe, and go look at all the other videos. Watch your sun, moon, and rising signs. And if you are resonating with the flower, with the jasper, the intuitive rock, or the feather for those of you who are just in flow with life, I appreciate you, I love you, I respect you, and we will see you again soon. Have a blessed day. I'll be back on here later for another reading or spiritual consult or something like that to do with the new moon. What you thinks? Thank you. Have a good day.